Hello, and welcome to Empowerment Radio, the podcast for empowerment coaching. I'm Adrienne Elise. The title of today's podcast is Overcoming Obstacles. This is an energy that's really coming up in the world with this era of Saturn, the planet Saturn, at home in the sign of Capricorn. So Saturn has this energy of father time and karma, and it feels in our chart often the way it affects us can be, it feels like obstacles. It feels like things that are working against us, that are in our way. Now, the true energy of Saturn underneath that is really about forcing us to get on our true path. But the energy of Saturn, it can often come across, and it feels like, and it plays out as something working against you. Just like the man, it's like forces in the universe working against you. And I can tell you firsthand, because in my astrological chart, I have the sun, Saturn squaring my sun. And the sun is who we think we are. And so for me, I can see a pattern of many lifetimes where there was issues of me being who I really am. And so it's interesting here because in the light of the birth chart, it doesn't really make sense until we consider reincarnation and past lives. We can look all day at the birth chart, but until we're willing to widen our perspective to past experiences and what we're trying to create in the future, then it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, but this energy, how it's played in my life and over lifetimes, as the information that's come forward through past life readings, that kind of thing, has shown this pattern of like always feeling like there's these forces. Saturn is authority, Capricorn's authority. It's the man, it's the powers that be, and working against the truth of who I am. And this is a common energy in the indigo souls and crystal souls. And so I can tell you about this energy. I know about it. And this is true. I mean, this feeling of the universe working against us, it needs to be validated on some level because it is true. This light workers coming to bring harmony, solutions, and the light of truth on planet Earth, it hasn't been pretty for them, and they have been manipulated, set up for failure, shamed, programmed with fear, about bringing this light of harmony and truth. So this is a real thing. There's light workers, star seeds, indigo souls are targeted lifetime after lifetime. The control energies, it's important to understand the control energies on the planet that have been controlling us for thousands of years. They have time travel capacities, right? So they can thwart a starseed soul before they even get started in their incarnation. And so it's kind of intense, seeing lifetime. I read, in my individual healing sessions, intuitive healing sessions, I read lifetime after lifetime of persecution and getting killed for what you believed or what the good work you were trying to do in the world. And so it is true, it's real. We've been worked against on a massive level. And this is an intense thing because what happens with this, specifically the indigo souls, is this shame, shame around this, and programming in the DNA that it has been instilled from traumas that say that, this belief system that says that who you are in your light, your desire to bring healing, the persecution of the witches and the heretics and all that stuff, your desire to bring healing and light and harmony and release people from suffering. The control energies don't want that. And so traumas have occurred, and then this programming has been instilled. Deep shame deep internalized shame that indigo souls carry around what? Their light, their healing ability, the pure essence of their soul. Again and again, I see this in pictures where people have a belief deep in their subconscious. It's not like they would walk around saying this, but deep in their subconscious, it's affecting their life, a feeling of shame around their most beautiful gifts. The thing about the indigo souls and the star seeds is like they have a purified astral body from many, many experiences and many evolutions. And that is the gift of spirit. The gift of spirit that we have all worked for many, many experiences, many lifetimes, is love, purity of soul, compassion, empathy. Now, these exact characteristics have been shamed in our culture. It makes you weak. There's a problem with you. You know, the list goes on and on. And it's simply not true. And, you know, the indigo revolution and starseed revolution is when we stand up and we say, hey, these are really great attributes. The world needs us right now. And we're willing to stand up and own these gifts and claim our right to be compassionate souls, to bring value to that. And that's what's trying to go on in the world right now. But right now, a lot of indigo souls and starseeds are stuck in shame, not even realizing they have this, but deep programmed shame and fear about who they are. If people find out who they are in their light of their soul, in their purity, in their abilities in higher dimensional experiences, and their ability to activate their light field and heal people with energy and with herbs or whatever way they've done this through many lifetimes, that they will be persecuted. I mean, it's an old story, and it still lives in our DNA. So the DNA can be programmed when there's a level of trauma. So a lot of times what happens is the indigo crystal souls come in, they try to bring their healing light, they try to bring the truth, they try to bring new ideas, they bring innovation, innovative technology to help people have abundance. And that doesn't go along with the control mechanism paradigm of keeping us all at war with each other in poverty and in slavery. So this is really interesting, because the programming then that gets instilled from these traumas, because what happens is these souls are targeted, they're manipulated, things happen, you know, say maybe an example would be that you're a good person a person who's very healing and helpful in the community, and then when you're persecuted, people stand up for you and they all get killed, okay? So now the programming says that who you are in your light, your healing, your love, your compassion, your empathy creates violence. This is the biggest lie there is out there. And it is written now through trauma programming in our DNA. And today we're going to undo that, if you would like to. And it's kind of interesting, you know, because we kind of, at first, this is so subconscious, and we're walking around in this shame and fear of who we are, not wanting to show people, you know, kind of like being on the fringe of society, and, you know, and all this labels that go along with being a compassionate, pure healer, light worker soul. And it's interesting because, so a lot of this programming says that who you are in your light is dangerous. It's going to create a war. It's going to create violence. It's going to create trouble on planet Earth, and just don't create trouble. And that's where a lot of starseeds and indigos kind of get these contractual arrangements that, you know, if they do bring their light to Earth, they're going to get killed, or they're going to get tortured or persecuted. And so they don't bring it. They're operating on, you know, say three cylinders and their light, because this is who This is who the starseeds and indigos are. They can operate and be in different frequencies at different times and different dimensions. But that's not the best use. It's time now to bring our light completely home and incarnate on planet Earth, except for as that's starting to happen for people, massive fear is being triggered in their field. Okay? And so, but this is the thing. If you look at this programming, that who you are in your light, your healing, your harmony, your innovative solutions, your abundance is dangerous. That's the programming. Who you are is violent. and the truth about this is that you are dangerous. You are dangerous to the control mechanisms that want to keep us in war and slavery and poverty. That's who you're dangerous to. So we've all made contractual arrangements with this control energy that we can break today in this, session, in this podcast. And, it's interesting because those contracts are with lower dimensional entities from where you came as a starseed. So you've given your power over, saying they're in charge of whether you get to live or die. And so we can break these contracts and release this shame and rewrite this story in the DNA. So we talked about this feeling of obstacles, and we've all had this feeling, right? It's just like, oh, things are working against me. And so we know it's true, right? Because we're targeted souls. And, when you're persecuted or burned for trying to help people, that's definitely some forces working against you. And it definitely has this authority energy, of like, we say whether or not you get to be initiated. We say whether or not you get to have your own power that's yours. You've worked for many lifetimes and we're just jealous that you have it, kind of thing. Really, that's what's going on. This is a lower ego vibration, the control energies, and they're jealous of starseeds. They're competitive with starseeds. And they want to keep control on the planet. And you know what? There's so many starseeds on the planet. Every single child that's being born right now is a starseed. So good luck holding on to this planet because the light is coming home. And but we need the indigos and the starseeds of the other generations that are coming of age right now, and the indigos that are in their middle age or moving later in life to come into their true power, to have the revolution, to claim back their light and come home to planet Earth. And so what we have to see is that our karmic evolution, and this is what's going on for a lot of the first wave indigos, is they're kind of waking up and starting to incarnate their light. And they're kind of like, well, I've lived this whole life. And what? I haven't even started living? And a lot of this is that because they've had lifetime after lifetime of being killed. So they haven't reached this age before. And they're kind of like, wait, they're not coming for me this time? And so this is the deal, is that we've gone through these experiences because we karmically evolved beyond getting killed for who we are. And this is the key energy here around this Saturn energy, this feeling of restriction, of obstacles, of things working against us. We can evolve beyond it. And so now heretics aren't being burned, right? But we're being controlled with our food source, chemtrails, vaccinations, GMOs. I mean, the list goes on, fluoride in the water to calcify the pineal gland, right? I mean, we are being worked against on every level for, to dampen, to slow down, to be an obstacle to our spiritual evolution. And the truth about that is that because if we evolve, as the planetary energies change and we have our spiritual evolution, those darker, lower vibration control energy forces can't be on the planet anymore, right? So they're like, no, you guys, we got to do everything. Infect you with nanite technology that so we can control your mind, so we can keep you feeling low vibration and keep creating trauma in this world so that we can stay here and keep farming you and keep in control and keep using the resources of your planet and the emotional energies. So, there's things working against us, but we're here to evolve beyond it. And this is what a lot of people, indigos, in this time of all of this microwave technology, energy that's like oppressive in our energetic field, but we can evolve beyond all of it. Our light, our purity in our heart, our soul light is stronger than all of it. All of it. And we can evolve beyond all of the obstacles that are keeping us. But one of the things that's going on, a lot of people I've read, and the energies are lightening up a little bit right now. But, these last 4, 5, 6 years, a lot of indigo souls in particular, but everybody on the planet's being affected right now. Everybody is a targeted soul on the planet right now with all of these things. And so you've evolved beyond them coming to kill you for who you are, but they can still make you not want to live. And that's kind of this like lower frequency oppressive energy. You can kind of feel it in people, poverty, the struggle, and for indigo souls, this is the deal. And crystals, it's like they know inherently in their being that there's so much more than this earth evolution. There's so much more than this life. There's so much more out there than this physical reality. And yet they're stuck here. They know so much more is out there, but this feeling of I'm stuck here, full of light, full of love, full of compassion and empathy and skills that I've developed in spiritual gifts I've developed over many, many evolutions, and yet I'm unsupported and ineffectual. So here I am in this increasing darkness, and I can't do anything about it. And that brings a feeling of not wanting to live. Like, what's the point? If you know there's way more out there than this, and that's the point that a lot of indigos come to right before they break through to this evolving beyond. The light of our soul, our true harmony, our light worker ability, our healing ability, this is so much more powerful than any of these stories, than any vibrational frequency out there. And so the revolution is beginning because we are recognizing that we can evolve beyond these obstacles. And this is what's being called of us right now. If we're down in the dumps and we're feeling obstructed and targeted and messed with, and it's like everything's not working, trying to do simple things to further yourself in the world, and everything's working against you financially, technology, it's like a constant Mercury retrograde feeling. And then, at some point you stand up, we break these contracts and we take back our power. Now, this light of our soul, this purity that we came in with, this has been here. This has been here the whole time. It's just been hidden from us, clouded from us. But it is so powerful and so beautiful. And so when we break these contracts and release this shame and the DNA programming, then we can claim back our joy and our higher vibration and our hope. That's what we're here for. Yes, why would starseeds come to a planet that was already full of light? No. Starseeds are here because they are the light. And so many starseeds are feeling like, I don't know how I can make it through this dark world. And it's like, well, that's because you're the light, And so how do we access it? How do we take it back? How do we claim this power that is within us, that's always been there? Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this. This control mechanism energy, it's like a mechanical kind of spider web around the planet, keeping us in lower vibrational frequency. And let's just go ahead and imagine this energy. It's like I'm seeing now a picture of a mechanical spider. Let's just let this picture of it's like a transformer type spider that's actually like a space station. It has to do with these off-planet extraterrestrial influence control mechanisms going on for thousands of years, all the way back to Atlantean time and before, that we've been battling against. And right here, right now, you can break your contract with this authoritarian energy that's actually lower dimensional than you. You have the spiritual authority here. You have the spiritual autonomy here. would you like to, and within your being, just go ahead and say yes if you're ready. Would you like to, are you ready to break all contractual arrangements with control mechanism, artificial intelligence, energy on the planet that you have given over your power to because they've killed you or persecuted you enough times that you said, okay, fine, I won't bring my light here. But then your light's coming in. And now there's strange energies of fear and trauma from past lives arising that makes no sense. And so, would you like to, are you ready to break all contractual arrangements with this control mechanism energy on the planet right here, right now? Go ahead and receive an energetic wave to release all contractual programs with this force that you have given over your power to, that's lower dimensional from where you originally have come from, and says whether or not you get to live or die. Says whether or not you get to bring your light to planet Earth. It's your light. It's your light. Nobody else can use it. They can program you to block you from being able to access it, and that's over now. Go ahead and receive an energetic wave to help support that release of that karma and those contracts. And let's go ahead and get this DNA reprogramming. Would you like to, are you ready to receive a DNA reprogramming, releasing belief systems around who you are in your light is dangerous. Around who you are in your light brings violence. Around who you are in your light is something shameful. And go ahead and just receive an energy wave to help support this DNA reprogramming. And underneath this distortion, I've been seeing this beautiful picture of this golden ladder of DNA. And we all have, but we just have been blocked from. And this is activated by the light of the sun. Our DNA has light receptors, but they've been blocked by this programming. And so just receiving this energetic wave to help support this DNA reprogramming, opening up your golden DNA and just breathing that into your heart and seeing this golden cocoon of light being built around you in your energetic field. Okay, so why have we, what's going on with all this stuff? Like, why is this high level of trauma and control allowed to happen? This is where we need to get to that place above and beyond the obstacles, are evolving beyond these stories of being targeted, of being persecuted. And we have to kind of come to this place that, like, why would our higher self, we've all been kind of disconnected. It's almost like we feel like we've been left alone and abandoned by our higher self. But really, it's like the laws of the universe and our higher self, why would they allow this level of trauma to occur? Okay? And we have to kind of come to this place of trust. Is it all about that on some level we've chosen and we've said this is okay? What if all of this crazy stuff we've gone through is about an expedited spiritual evolution? I mean, look how fast we're evolving. Why would our higher self and the laws of the universe allow this? So we have to kind of go open our mind and kind of to the bigger picture, and then the bigger picture, and then the bigger picture, and somehow out there we're going to get to this, you can get to this place where you can find this trust. Go ahead and receive an energetic wave to connect back with your higher self. This is a beam of light, golden beam of light, just like that DNA healing, that cocoon of light, and just reaching up from your crown chakra at the top of your head, center of the top of your head, the fontanelle opening. Just reinstate this connection to your higher self. This is the part of you that understands the bigger picture. And we don't really get to understand the bigger picture. That's part of what we've agreed to. We're kind of flailing around here. But can we trust in our higher self? And, so this is where we can get this shift. And the shift is that, what if everything that's happened on some level, is in your highest good. That everything, even the most horrible, difficult things that you've experienced in your life were in your highest good. And we can see this later a lot of times. You know, we go in our life and we look back and we say, wow, that really sucked at the time. That was really painful. That was really traumatic. But wow, look at how it made me grow. And so it's like, can we do that in the moment? Can we have this presence, this trust in our higher self? Be like, hey, you know, I'm here for spiritual evolution. So who am I to know what is helping me or not in my spiritual evolution? And so there, you know, for me, it's become a mantra of like, everything that's happening is in my highest good. I'm going to give it up to my higher self. I'm going to come back to trust. I'm going to know I'm held and loved in this experience, and that this is for my spiritual evolution. And when we can come to that bigger, wider perspective, it can make things feel better. And it has the effect of changing our vibration. And that's where we vote in this world. Our free will, you know, we don't know the plan. Our higher self knows the plan. We don't get to know the plan. We think we have free will. We're out there making decisions, you know, but then Saturn energy comes along and says, bam, you're wrong, you know, adjust, move, change. You're not on the right path, you know, and it's hard. It's hard to, in our ego, to be like, oh, I was wrong, you know, but, you know, we know what we know is our vibration, our energy, our love, our faith, our hope, our embodiment of the true light of our soul. That's where we vote. That's where we say, okay, I trust my higher self. I'm exercising free will through having this trust and faith in the bigger picture, trust and faith in my higher self. And what is available for us here is coming to a deep understanding. And just go ahead and just ground out here for a minute and sink into Mother Earth and let these words just really offer you a healing. That what is available here in this reconnecting to your higher self is a deep understanding that whatever happens is okay. Whatever's happening is okay. At a deeper level, it's okay. Okay? The world is really out of balance, and indigos really want to go out there and fix it, you know, but everybody is having their experiences in this expedited spiritual evolution, and who are we to judge what they need? Who are we to judge what our higher self believes we need? And so we're coming to this deep understanding that whatever happens, whatever's happening, it's fine. It's okay. At a deeper level, in a wider perspective, in the bigger picture, we know it's okay. And we can stop judging our life by what we think is okay, by what our ego thinks is okay, and surrender. Surrender to the immensity of the love and the potential and the light that is our higher self. And that's the deal. Light workers, we have a portion of ourselves here, and we're bringing in more light. But the bulk of who we are, this big, expansive spiritual self, is our higher self. And it's time to surrender, come into this deeper trust, stop judging our life in the moment, and start trusting our light in the moment. Just take a few deep breaths and let that sink in. Whatever is happening, it's okay. Lots of horrible things have happened before, and now we're evolving beyond that. And there's a new spiritual faith and trust coming in this, the beautiful things coming in this spiritual evolution. We are evolving beyond control. We're evolving beyond this authoritarian control mechanisms on the planet. We're evolving beyond mind control and obstacles and interference, and coming back to peace, coming back to our light. And just feel yourself grounding out this light, this new DNA activation, this connection to your higher self. Just Pay attention to the base of your spine and just ground this out with it. Just grounding out your light with this beautiful root system in communication with Mother Earth, and feel her receiving your light. And feel yourself arriving home. Thank you so much for joining me for this podcast, Empowerment Radio, the podcast of empowerment coaching. And we are here to help you have that exhilarating feeling of being on your true path and supported in your true work. So thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.